I am bringing you my July journal page early because I am getting ready to leave for GenCon and I will not be in town at the end of the month. I will be in Indianapolis setting up for the show. So let's get into this. Welcome to Solitary RPG. All right, so it's almost the end of July. I am leaving town on July 25th, and me and my buddies are going to be driving to Indianapolis. It's going to take us a couple days to get there. We need to be in town by Saturday morning so that we can go pick up the big rental truck and load up the castle for Gameland Games and then get it over to the stadium and get it all set up Monday morning. So basically, the last couple of weeks of my life have been spent doing things around the house so that way, because I'm going to be gone for 2 weeks. I know the show's only a weekend show, but driving out there, setting up, breaking down, and driving back is going to take a lot of time. So I'm just going to go ahead and get into my July journal page early. I've got some new product that I just bought today. I have some Kickstarters that arrived. And something happened at Drive-Thru RPG. And I am getting a lot of Shadow Dart cards from Philip Reed's recent Kickstarter. I don't know what happened there, but we'll get into all this. So let me clear my desk and we'll just start jumping through all the different things that you see here on my table. Let's start with the Moria book for the One Ring. This just arrived this afternoon. It wasn't scheduled to be here till Tuesday, but it just showed up. I'm throwing it in the video. I have not had a time to look through this book yet, but there are flip-throughs already out there on YouTube if you're that interested in seeing it. But it meets that standard that I have come to expect from Free League, especially with the One Ring. The page quality is fantastic. The art is outstanding. And there's solo rules for this game. So I'm really looking forward to getting into this. I think Moria would be a wonderful place to explore as a solo game. And I'm just looking forward to it. But yeah, and there's a map in the back. I'm not going to unfold all this because I want to dive into this. But it also came with a cool art print. And I love it. And this might get turned into a dice tray for somebody. I don't think, I don't really collect art pieces. But I do think this is a cool piece of art. So I might turn this into a dice tray and give it away to somebody. Just for a gift. But yeah, this book is gorgeous. It's got like a cloth cover. It's just got a textured cover, I guess would be a better way of saying it. It's not actually cloth, but it's just gorgeous. Gorgeous book. And since we're talking about bigger books, I also went ahead and picked up Basic Fantasy 4th edition. I have 3rd edition. I know there's not much of a difference between the rules, but 4th edition added a lot more material to the book for gameplay, and I just wanted to have the most recent version of the book in my collection. I've been toying around with some old school fantasy stuff, so looking forward to it. Sorry about the goop on my finger. I had a can of black primer basically explode in my hand, and paint went everywhere, and I haven't been able to get that off my finger yet. Sorry. Anyway, so yeah, these two books have joined my collection. Speaking of Kickstarters, Philip Reed's Card Crypt arrived. This is just another one of those cool storage boxes that Philip Reed has been releasing. He did the zine ones. Now we have one specifically for cards because Philip Reed does a lot of card projects. And on the back, you just have different charts that you can roll on, some D3 charts. You have a nice place you can write what cards you're keeping in here. Guardians on the back, you've got information just about your box, and then you start opening it up and you've got more charts and things that you can roll on for your game, and it's just a really neat box. And then it came with these little pamphlets, an alien wizard, and it just gives you some information about this wizard. And you've got this crowded street pamphlet, things you can roll on. for crowded streets. And then you got all these little cards, which I just think these are the coolest thing. Little 2x2 cards with just a little bit of information on it that you can just have handy. You can also use them as bookmarks, which I have a tendency to do. And I just love it. It wasn't an expensive Kickstarter, and it gives me a place to put all these damn Shadow Dark cards. So I don't know what happened, guys and gals. I backed the Shadow Dark card project because, again, Shadow Dark's just a D&D variant, and I just thought the cards were kind of cool. My first set of cards showed up, and I had duplicates. I got two of each. And then I got more of them delivered to me. So I don't know what happened here. I just seem to have a lot of Shadow Dark cards, which I'm just going to end up giving some of these away. I don't know anybody that's playing Shadow Dark. There is another channel that was doing Shadow Dark, but he hasn't been releasing anything recently. If I might reach out to him, see if he wants a set of these. But yeah, these are just cool random cards that you can just add into your Shadow Dark game, just to have some fun. I need to look through my credit card statement to see if I was doubly charged for everything. I don't know what happened. Sometimes Drive-Thru RPG just screws stuff up, and the consumer benefits from it. I don't know if that's an example here, but all of them are coded the same. So I just have a lot of Shadow Dark cards, which I guess is good that I have the card box now, because that's where they're going to go until I have time to figure out what I'm going to do with all these cards. It's just one of those crazy things that happens, but that's why you release the box. So it's kind of cool that you can put all your decks of cards that you get from Philip Reed in here. I don't know if I'm going to have enough room for all of these decks in this one box. No, I don't, but it holds 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 decks of cards. Can I shut it? Can I shut it? Oh, yes, I can shut it. And that's that. So, yeah, it's just kind of a lot of cards. I don't know what happened, but it's frustrating. I hate being sent duplicate product because I feel it's kind of wasteful. I know Drive-Thru is not going to want me to send it back to them, so I'll have to find somebody that I feel can benefit from those. I got the Lichdom book, and I got this specifically for the miniatures game Death Wizards, because you're playing a lich, and I wanted to do the background story. And again, I'll probably play the game at some point in life, but I really picked this up because I don't know much about creating a background for a lich, so I figured this would be a cool way to do that, and I picked up the book. So there's that. I picked up a couple games from Caesar. I can't pronounce his last name, and I'm not going to try. I got the Wraithhound, and I got Against the Wind. I saw Caesar do a playthrough of Wraithhound. It looked really fascinating, and the main reason I got it was I like the oracle that's being used in this. It's a simple 2d6 system. One of your d6 represents yes, one of your d6 represents no. You kind of come up with your answer for the results. You roll, whichever one rolls highest is the result. I think it's a really clever oracle system, especially for someone new learning how to play the game. So I really wanted to get this so I could, make sure what I saw in the video was all of the rules, or if there was additional rules in the rules, additional rules for the oracle in the rules. So yeah, I picked it up, and it's a gorgeous book, and it's a really neat game. This is a card-based game where you're actually going through a house. I think Caesar has created some really cool stuff, and that's why I picked this up. I also saw somebody do a playthrough video of Against the Wind, and I was really impressed with the mapping rules, like creating a world map and how it was done in this game. And I just thought it was really cool because it made it look really simple and easy, using this chart, plotting out some areas, drawing some really bad squiggly lines all over the place, and then based on roles and things, going through the rules, you create all kinds of different stuff and you end up with like a continent or a world map. And I just thought it was really neat. It's a great little system. And, even if I don't play the game, I think that piece of these rules can be used for any game system. And that's one of the things I do. And then it had the book of tables for the game, which is just all the different tables, which tables can be used for any games. So it was just a nice little add-on. These came through Lulu. I forget where Raytheon came from, probably Lulu as well. So I picked these up. And, sometimes I buy game systems with no intention of playing the game, just simply because of maybe some of the mechanics or rules or things that I want to use for other games that I'm playing, or just reading the rules and kind of understanding how people are creating games. Because I do think Caesar is very cool. I was introduced to him with the Randoms Table book I did a review on, so very cool stuff. And I picked up the 2 adventure anthologies today at my local game store for Old School Essentials. These are only selling for $20. And I backed Old School Essentials on Kickstarter for a reprint. And I received these as PDFs, and I was really impressed by them. And then to see them at my local game store, I pulled the trigger and picked them up just to add to my Old School Essential collection. And I can use these adventures for any game system. They're really not specific to D&D. You can always use just the ideas and the maps and things like that for just any game system you want to play. But, now that I have basic fantasy, I could probably use them for that. But I also do have Old School Essentials. So I do like Old School Essentials and how they've reformatted all of the old D&D rules and how they put the books together. So really cool stuff. These would also probably be cool with Knave 2nd edition since I have that. But I did pick those up. The last thing I want to talk about is Tefrotic Nightmare, I believe is how it's pronounced. It's a Morkborg supplement. I haven't even opened this yet. This has been bouncing around on Exalted Funeral. This is actually upside down. It's like got a cool map in it. It looks like a cool little game. And figured we'd just open it up on the channel or on the video and kind of see what this is all about. And here we go, because I haven't opened it. I wanted to do it on the video. So you got this cardboard backing just to protect your maps, which come in this cool little envelope with some cool little art on it. And you've got some counters or some chits, which kind of takes me back to the old Avalon Hill games, which, some of the best ways to play board games were just with these little cardboard chits. And then you got a couple maps. This one's just a small, this paper's like newsprint, so you got to be delicate with it. But what's cool, it's 8.5 by 11, so I can just make photocopies of this and not ruin the original. And then we have another one here. This one's a little bit bigger. Oh, but this is just your typical hex map. So this is probably not something that I actually have to use this for. Yeah, that paper just feels, I don't know how that's going to last over the long haul of opening and closing it. And then this one is bigger, which is kind of, there we go. Again, just a hex map, so I can use anything, but very thematic. I like this design on the side, very cool stuff. So then we have this, and we have an open spine in the back, which is very reminiscent of the Western book that came out. Oh, Frontier Scum. That's it. And then we have, oh, look at that. Yeah, it's Tefrotic Nightmare. So, very cool black edging. This is just, this is totally Frontier Scum quality with the cardboard front. Oh, the pages are stuck together. So I'm gonna have to, well, first I'm gonna have to go through each one of these pages and open it. And again, that's probably because the way this is done is probably with an ink afterwards or paint afterwards, and that's why your pages are stuck together, which is not that big of a deal. It's actually kind of fun opening them. Just be careful, just in case they had any bleed through, and like a little blot, maybe too much came out, so just be careful. But yeah, I got to dig through this. Look at that. And just see what this game is all about. It looks interesting, but the paper quality is that same. I don't know how to describe the paper quality. It has a texture to it. It almost feels, yeah, just like kind of like a pulp, like a paperback book, like an old paperback book is how it kind of feels. So just be careful with that. But yeah, I will dig into this. I do dig Mork Borg a lot, but I don't know what exactly everything. Oh, the back's just black. That's cool. Index. Just neat stuff. And I'll dig into this and see what this is all about. Unfortunately, I just got it today, and I haven't had time to do anything with it. Ashes to be. It's just kind of a neat presentation. And that's one of the things I really dig about the Mork Borg world is, just the uniqueness of the designers out there creating very cool books. And if you've been a fan of the channel, I'm into bookbinding. I do like cool books and I like cool designs on books. So this is just one of those that will be appreciated in my collection, even if I don't end up playing the game. I do think it looks really cool, but I'm going to give it a try. And it's just got these maps and tokens, so hopefully it's just an adventure locked into here. I haven't done any research on it. I saw it popping around on Exalted Funeral, and then I saw it over at my local shop, so I picked it up. I think it was like $50. So that is all of the products that I picked up this month. I also have been doing a lot of painting for Dungeon Saga and Death Wizards. These are my zombie trolls. And I started doing furniture for Dungeon Saga. And I'm actually going to start doing some videos on what I'm doing with the furniture, because the Dungeon Saga, the furniture doesn't come on a base. I put everything on a base, and I actually magnetize the bottom of these bases for storage. I have a good storage solution for all this that I'll be sharing. So yeah, that's about everything I have. Like I said, I'm going to be going to GenCon, leaving Thursday morning on the 25th and getting out to Indianapolis and just working. And I'll be working at the booth. I'm going to do my best. I have kind of like targeted things that I want to pick up to finish out collections, or there's some things that I really want to pick up. But for the most part, my spending is going to be limited. Because space on my shelves is limited, so I can't add more to the collection. So thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye.